So it was interesting because actually earlier today we had a call with Charlene Da Silva, who you know.
She's awesome.
And we were talking about, so we did like a hot seat in our mastermind group, which is basically every month we allow one agent to jump in and our team will come on the call and basically we'll help them solve problems that they're having and just like dive in. And one of the ones with her was she was getting into door knocking, but she doesn't know like what to say when she's door knocking, do all that. And you mentioned you grew your business solo door knocking. So how do you go about door knocking in a way that like actually gets business out of it? Because like I'll be honest, when I sold, I was terrible at it. Like terrible.
Yeah. I will be the first one to say, and this isn't something I learned right away, but your database is far more important than door knocking. But door knocking provides listings, and listings provide leads, and leads provide business. And so for me, I didn't know that when I started. I just wanted to get out there and speak to people because I was sick and tired of waiting by a phone for someone to call me. It sucked. But the way, if I were to instruct a new agent on how best to door knock and get results, is first, do your research. Figure out what area has the highest rate of turnover. Yeah. For me, I like townhomes, semis, condo townhomes, and especially if you're younger. I started when I was 22, so it's hard to rope an older person to work with you because they obviously, like right out the gate when I door knock, people were like, man, are you like selling me Girl Guide cookies? Like, what the heck are you doing here? You're so young. Are you still in high school? What's the deal? And it's just a baby face situation, right? So for me, you have to first research to figure out where you want to spend your time, because door knocking does not exist under the pretense of I can go pick a random street and door knock and be effective in the long term. That's not possible in my opinion. I think you need to find a specific geographic neighborhood, specifically try to stay under 200 in the beginning, and then what you do is you try to hit them, physically see them in person 4 times a year. That's my business right now. We have 2 farms, each have over 700. One's in Brampton, one's in Orangeville, and then we try to hit those farms 4 times a year, and then we have to have, especially when you start, you're having 8 drip campaigns, so emails, direct mail, and then any other activities if you're doing community events. The success of door knocking is all about consistency, and it's about remaining front of mind. You can't be the 3rd or 4th agent that someone can think of when they're asked to think of 5 agents or 4 agents. You have to be 1 or 2, and if you're not 1 or 2, you're not getting the appointment. And so that's why you have to be consistent. You need to pick a specific area and focus on that area, and be diligent about it. Even though you have all this other business might be going on, if you don't pay attention to that area, you won't know what'll come up. And it's a long-term investment. You cannot get results immediately. That's actually not 100% true, because the odd time you'll find someone who's like, oh, by the way, I have to sell today. And those ones are like, eureka, this is a miracle, hold on to it, it's a unicorn, it won't happen again for a while. But from a business perspective, consistency and follow-up. When someone, and then when you go to the door knocking, when you go to the door, make sure you know what your objective is. So, you don't just go knock, knock, hi, my name is Brad. Are you thinking of selling your house, or you just get into small talk and you don't actually get to the point? People hate that. But at the same point, everyone has different styles. So for me, I'd door knock, I'd ask, my name's Brad, I work in the neighborhood. Do you have any questions about the real estate market right now? Do you want to know about the sales down the street? Do you want to sell your house? What's your timeline? When do you think you would want to move? Do you have any questions about your market value currently? And then if they say no, 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 well, listen, I know you don't want any of those things right now, but down the road you probably will. In that instance, I'd love to stay in contact with you. Can I take your email and include you in my monthly newsletter? Or I actually changed it to quarterly newsletter because monthly was too much. For me, workload, but also for the consumer who doesn't want to be inundated, especially because email.
Writing the newsletter personally every day?
Originally, yes. But shout out to Kit's Marketing. He's phenomenal. I love his business, and he is now taking that completely off my hands. So he does the newsletter, and we input market stats or houses we've sold in the neighborhood and include on the bottom of the newsletter. And then of course, it's similar to what David had expressed to me before, was your goal is not necessarily to just constantly spam them with newsletters. Your goal is to get their information so that you can then add them to a specific mail out where their name's on it and everything else. And then you have now an opportunity to communicate with them when you have something of importance to pass along. Plus, it becomes now a personal connection, which you can envelop them into your database. And the other thing I started when I started this business, and I learned as quickly as I could, was that this is a business and businesses need to be sold. So what makes a real estate business valuable? It's your database, the connections, and the revenue that you have consistently. Yeah. And that's the only way someone's going to buy your business. And if you don't do that, like I know seasoned agents who are 50 plus years in the business who do not have an effective database, who do not have a follow-up regimen, and they are living from deal to deal. And it's like, you guys have been in this business for 5 decades and you still haven't figured this out. And with all due respect, I love the average agent who can survive on 12 deals a year, but I'm all about personal growth. I'm about, rising to the occasion, getting to the next level. I hate stagnation, which is why I stopped working for other people. I think that the number one principle in my life is about continuing education, constant improvement, and breaking the mold. Every time you think you're doing something perfect, you're wrong. Find someone who's doing it better and improve on yourself, because the truth is, the more valuable you are, the more you'll be compensated.
So if people want to get a hold of you, they want to have a chat with you, learn more about your team, anything like that, how do they get a hold of you?
They can absolutely get a hold of me through the Mayer-Harman-team.com, or you can check out my YouTube channel at mhtchannel.com, and you can see all of my video tours there.